Okay, folks, I'm going to let her rip. I wanted to welcome you to my state-of-the-art hillbilly mansion kitchen. That's a joke. Um, and I wanted to apologize for this screwed-up haircut. I mean, this is fucked up. I had to take my mom running around and to the doctor and to the store and here and there. And she said she'd treat me to a haircut at a place next to a garden shed where they use things like garden rakes, hedge trimmers, and things like that. Um, that's how my hair got like that. Not my normal place. So I apologize for that. I'm going to cover something. If you have itchy skin, tenderitis, and those things, don't watch this, okay? I get a little bit brutal. It was my job. Even as a commander on board a Navy ship, I was taken. I often get mistaken for being affable, stupid, maybe a few bubbles off plumb. That's being facetious. That's part of my Amish upbringing. One thing I am, I'll outsmart everybody at every turn, every time. Let me talk about something that you can't have one without the other. This is what our president is missing. And this message is not just being directed at you folks and my fans, but I'm going down to explain that you can't have prosperity without accountability. You can't have accountability without prosperity. Okay, see, that's one of those ECM equals pi by square by the third power. Okay, you cannot have one without the other. When you have accountability, you have prosperity, people can pay their bills. Okay, because you're being accountable to the people. Therefore, then when the people have prosperity, they can do their job. Okay, right now, our president, I don't think his elevator is working correctly because people are being starved out, can't pay their goddamn bills. I had a girl begging at the door that I didn't even know. Not to mention, I said about the dollar store over here. I put gas in their gas tank so they could go home down to Nescahoning down the road here. Okay, my shit filter's getting full. Okay, now, okay, I don't even buy the newspaper, the local paper. I haven't for years because they're a communist rag. Not to mention the dipshit shit they did to me when I was building those bikes with motors on them, and they put me and made me like a disabled veteran, like I am physically capable on a regular bicycle. They totally uh, CGI or whatever they did to take the engine, the structure of the motor off the bike, really pissed me off. And not to mention the Sunday paper is $5 and some goddamn cents to get $5 worth of fucking coupons so I can read their communist nonsense. Bullshit. I don't do that. Neither does. Okay. Now Trump might be a little safer here in Eastern PA. It's a little more. How can I say? It's a little more pro-Trump in this Eastern. The Western part of the state, he's almost got his ass whacked. But he's telling he might give people money again. That's going to piss Israel off and every one of those Israeli snakes. And that's where I'm going with this. But first of all, I want to talk about this. I want to tell you something about this Marine. I got a phone call threatening me. You see these people? This is the guy right here. And they've got to belong to Verizon, one of the networks, AT&T, one of the major fucking networks, because the number disappeared off my phone. But it was a Florida exchange, 786. This is the guy posting videos about Derek Beery having dead girls buried in his backyard and stolen fucking cars. Your life's got to be a real freaking piece of shit to do something like that to somebody. Now, my other thought is Derek trying to keep his channel and his name alive? Maybe is he behind that? I don't think so. And I don't think what happened to Tim Pool, I don't think these people were doing it because I did get the threats myself. Okay? Whistling Diesel. They're coming after him down in Tennessee. These are guys I watch, and I don't even think they know who the hell I am, and if they do, that's fine. Okay? Instagram. All controlled by the Chinese CCP. That's what's going on here. Okay? They're the communist cocksuckers, the little twinkle-toed bastards that are behind all of this. All of it. Let me check my note sheet here. Okay? Now, I just had a very disturbing morning again. Last month on the 10th, I got stabbed on my front porch. This month is just began, and it's the 7th, and I woke up at just about 7 o'clock. It was a little bit before, and I'm hearing water. I knew my neighbor's water pipes broke because we had that frigid below zero spell there. I woke up the morning, or not, well, I don't think it was below, but it was about 3 degrees when I woke up here. Okay, had to call the police, and it was nice this time. They didn't. How do you know How do you know pipes broke? I guess maybe they're getting to know maybe who I am, that I'm not, to be screwed with, which gets me back to you that's making the threats. You come after this fucking Marine, you're going to be able to read the funny papers right through your gut when I get done with you. Don't ever threaten me. Okay. Like the pipe bomber. We're going to start with the pipe bomber. He's autistic. I want to tell you something. Even though none of my kids are autistic, kids do stupid shit. And I was a parent that went in, I checked their rooms, I checked what they were into. If they had a Playboy magazine or whatever they had, I left it fucking lay. That's growing up. That's kids. Okay? I don't go in their private drawer for viewing their... I don't give my children my opinions. Although my son had said to me, this was like maybe 2 years ago, because he's going in that man and boy stage, same as the other one. It's on the DEA. He's still he's more of a man than he is a boy, but at times he reverts. And my kid says to me, "Jesus Christ, Dad, I'm turning into you." Well, I heard that out of my oldest daughter. That was about 25 years ago. She was in her 20s. She was actually in her late 20s, just about the same as my oldest boy. "Jesus Christ, Dad, I'm turning into you." Yeah, it happens. And especially when you have kids, it happens sooner than you think, if you care and you give a shit. And that's why I'm saying there's more to that pipe bomber story. And I'm getting crucified for my comments on that article. And same as that other Muppet. Okay? There's more behind this. Just like you didn't hear the story about how that kid got a hold of all them high-speed firearms that took a shot at Trump, had all that high-speed gear. Same as this Muppet's building bombs in his parents' basement. The fuck kind of parents does he have? You don't do stuff like that in my house. But this is where I'm going with this. The other communist thing. Now, as I told you, this is going to be a little bit longer video. We're going to talk about like BlackRock, Vanguard, there's a couple other. The communist control. Because they're going to start buying up neighborhoods, communities, buildings, and they're going to put your ass out on the street. And then you're going to be on the government doles, just like they're doing now with people that are in public housing. They know what you get from Social Security, your pension, and they take everything but a few crumbs that you get to live on. And that's total horse shit. But that's what they're up to. They're going to start buying up these hotels, the high-rises. They're going to start making apartments because they own them. And it's all Jew and CCP unified control. Okay? I'm not stupid what's going on. And that's why I told you. I've got a triple-digit IQ. That's how I worked on fighter planes. And that's how I figure out every other problem that I can figure out. Because I know what's going on. I got the sniff. And right now, WDC down there smells so bad of fucking shit. I smell it all the way here where I'm standing. So, now, this is something with the economy's out of control. And our president's telling us everything's wonderful. Well, he's coming to Pennsylvania, okay? You see, this is how I got to live. I got to buy a marked down piece of beef. See that? It was almost $17, or it is, and $12. You see, just to have an ethnic meal. Where do they get off charging almost $20 for a little piece of meat like that? I don't understand what my president is thinking about. But you see, these people, and people like me, don't think of taking a shot at this Marine. I want to tell you something, okay? These people are corrupt in our government, and as long as there's no accountability and there's no consequences, everybody's life is in danger, including our president. So, like I said, I don't know if he does have a few screws loose, but he's letting these people walk on off, and they're still in control. Whether they lose their job in government or not, they still got that CCP. And just like I got that phone call where the number disappeared right off my phone, this is your spy network. This is what you're doing with your vehicles. You're going to have to pay a subscription to be able to use your vehicle, because otherwise some twinkle-toed communist cocksucker somewhere is going to turn it off and shake you down just like they're doing now with all these little gizmos under the hood that one blinks out, then the other one blinks out, and people can't feed their fucking families. The shit's got to stop, okay? This guy that I was talking about just the other day, Edison, he's going to make trucks, Edison Motors. Do you realize every politician here in Washington and every state is going to have every fucking enviro snake, any type of activist is going to go right after that man, okay? John Deere got away with it. Caterpillar was getting away with it. All the major people were putting all that hocus pocus and shaking down the farmers. All the little farmers are going. Just like all the little places where a guy like me would go to get a job, can't work there. Because they made it beyond the means. And they are in control. And that's why they blew up every landline phone and you had to get one of these spy networks in your pocket. And since when do we have a society when cops run around and they can tell what vehicle, who your vehicle is instead of doing their fucking job? Are you that lazy that you got to sit your fat ass in a fucking police car and not know the bad guy from the, the good guy? Just start shaking people down, maybe something's expired or whatever. I mean, we're living the Orwellian nightmare, and it's coming true, and it seems like our president's not mentioning a word about it. I mean, where do they get off? Oh, where do they get off? What are they after? What do they want? They want to get rid of our freedom of speech. As Derek would say, the digital networks. They want to get rid of our freedom of speech. They want to get rid of your right to possess firearms. And they want to get rid of your right to own property. Therefore, the fucking government owns you. Please like and share my videos. Maybe my tone, I've got to be a little bit more reporter. See, I'm not trained as a reporter. I was trained as a flight wing commander. I made snap decisions before somebody went out with an aircraft and killed themselves. Or maybe I decided that I left a bolt loose if I was the guy working on it. Hey, don't get in that thing. You have to talk to people like they're a child. And sometimes that's not the right YouTube or social media platform. I do like YouTube for letting this go and letting us share our opinions. It's one thing that is not communist, is letting people share their opinion. But the thing is, none of you can call me full of shit. Okay, because you're hearing it from other people. You're not going to be able to change your turn signal, your light in your car. You're not going to be able to change your brake pads because, somebody's got other than you as control of your car. That's bad news, people, and it's got to stop. And we have to have the right to repair. I suggest everybody get behind me. Forward this video, Instagram, TikTok. Keep reposting it. Blow up the networks with it, okay? Because every one of you that listens to what I just had to say that doesn't have a screw loose, you know goddamn well that I'm telling the truth and nothing but the truth. And I want to tell you something. That's how they're going to get rid of the working people and the middle class. They're just going to totally price you out of your neighborhood. The rich, they'll be driving their Mercedes with all the gizmos and you're going to be walking or you're going to be riding a yak like they do over in Vietnam and India over there. You're going to be riding one of them, I want to tell you something. It's the time when people got to rise up now, okay? We don't need spy readers on top of police cars. We need them to do police work. I thank them for not bothering me this morning when I'm not feeling good, okay? When you have cancer and you have a whole bunch of other problems, old people are like old cars. They smell funny, and they got more problems than you think they got. So, just like every Silverado. They smell funny, most of them, and then when you get them, they got more problems than you thought they had. Slippers. That's a subliminal message to slippers. Thank you for watching my videos. Like and share this. Share this with everybody you know. Thank you.